Hello, I am California and Texas attorney Michael Eline. Everything that I do here on this channel is separate from my work as a personal injury attorney and done for a non-commercial purpose to teach you the principles of law that they don't teach you in law school. I'll teach you natural law, and I'll even teach you how to become a lawyer without law school. Make sure to always like and subscribe because you never know when the thought police are going to take down my channel. So in 2017, Wilson was busted with a loaded pistol in his waistband. The police were called, private property case. He hadn't filed a permit. Okay, we got all that. Wilson argued that the firearms for self-defense, argued that prosecuting him for possession of a firearm for self-defense went against his Second Amendment rights, and that was denied by the trial judge. However, Bruen comes out. Now, by the way, Hawaii has the strictest gun laws in the country, bar none. And when Bruen came out, it was a shock to all those like hardcore leftist judges. They didn't like it. So it's a real big problem. Now, so what happened is Wilson filed the second motion to dismiss, and that was granted because Bruen basically said, hey, look, Hawaii has been unfairly denying people the right to defend themselves. That's all they found. So that's what that decision basically amounts to. So now the Hawaii public defender who apparently was defending Wilson, the Hawaii Public Defender's Office, who was apparently defending Wilson, is now considering going to the Supreme Court. Now, obviously, you know that if this goes to the Supreme Court, there's a high probability right now that Wilson's going to win because this is a crazy thing. I mean, this is literally the whole reason for our Bill of Rights and our Constitution was to fight exactly against these monarchical edicts. And that's all this firearms law was. It was a rule by a king who had subjugated his people with European cannons and muskets and then ended up selling out his own people's land. They ended up selling out, and then the queen later on says, I wasn't compensated for my land, but what about her people? So I just want you to understand this. These people were just royal subjects. And what American common law had done is erased the ability, made it harder for a powerful Leviathan to exist. This is precisely why this case is so important and has to go to the Supreme Court. Now, Alan Beck, he's a preeminent Second Amendment rights attorney, also sort of was like, why is the Hawaiian Supreme Court using pop culture? They actually cited some pop culture from the Wire TV show. It's just weird. It's just not something that's appropriate. Then basically the Hawaii court is saying, we don't care. According to Beck, this ruling just reflects a culture in Hawaii that is very resistant to change and a judiciary and government that has been recalcitrant in accepting the Bruen case. So there's that. The Wire citation is the thing about the old days, the old days, kind of like, pigeon, hey, the thing about the old days is the old days. But the thing is, the original old days, you had Kauaians who didn't like what happened to them by that king. You had a king who was using like European technology and European laws to subjugate his own people and Hawaii. And the queen trying to get her property back, not saying I want the property back for my people, because she knew that her ancestors had already sold almost all of what was allotted for her people because they only had 2 years to sign for it. So I want you guys to understand what's really going on, the real history. So under Wilson, I think that Wilson could argue, it would make sense that he could argue that he had good cause, just like in the Republic of Hawaii case. And then there's a little thing in here from the GOA position in a similar case. Gun Owners of America, awesome organization. Dick Heller, a good friend of mine, is involved in Heller, DC versus Heller and its progeny. Super cool guy, a living piece of history. What they're saying is Hawaii's antiquated firearms regulatory scheme should be rejected out of hand, a relic of history, not unlike the sovereign prerogatives of King George. That's what I've been trying to tell you guys. The Leviathan, the king, against this country's Second Amendment that it was designed to protect. So that's what we're dealing with, folks. We have a situation where we have a great Leviathan constantly trying to take away our rights. And it tries to divide us by race and these weird ideologies. But at the end of the day, you're either free or you're a subject. And how free you are depends on the social contract. So I want everybody to join me. Make sure to like and subscribe. I hope you liked what you saw today. I hope I got through it in time because I hate editing these things to make them shorter. Make sure to like and subscribe and save. You never know when the thought police are going to come after me and take down this channel.